I'm back. Oh my gosh, you guys, you're gonna think I'm such an idiot. Oh, can you hear me now? I just want to see if someone can hear me. I don't know if I've lost you now. I hope not. Can somebody leave me a little comment? Can somebody leave me a little comment? Kathleen, can you hear me? Just gonna double check my feed just to see. Okay, Kathleen, can you hear me? Yes. Oh my gosh, is that a yes? What was that? Oh my gosh. Okay, it could have been just my volume wasn't quite as high as it should be. I thought I'd check all these things. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Irene, can you hear me now? Oh, you guys, I'm sorry. I don't know. It's Friday. It's one of those days. Okay, how about we start over? It's a yes. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. What would I do without you guys? I'd be rambling on and nobody would hear a word I said. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. Like I said, we're able to squeeze in another Facebook Live Friday on the last day of the month, July 31st. So we are going into a long weekend, so I hope all of you will be enjoying that. Yes, tech is tough. Yeah, the older we get. And I don't know if you guys find this, but one day something I do, it works perfect. And the next day I'm doing it, what I think I'm doing the exact same way, and I have a glitch. So I don't know. Yeah, it happened when I turned my phone. Oh, maybe I touched the volume or something. Oh dear. Okay, that's not good. Okay, I'm going to flip my phone again. Hopefully this time I won't touch any other buttons. So close your eyes for 1 sec. Okay, I think we are good as far as not touching anything. So, okay, can you guys all see that? All right, here we are. Okay, thank you everybody for your patience. I appreciate it. You think I'd have these all worked out by now? Okay, as I was saying, we're going to use this Delicate Whispers bundle, which I love. Has some really great stamps, very delicate set, like the name says, Delicate Whispers, and then these great dies, which cut out some of the stamped images, but there are also some that are standalone dies, okay? And these were all part of our March online exclusives, and this beautiful designer paper. This is the Delicate Dreams specialty paper. So I'm just going to quickly show you these patterns. So this is the reverse side. Okay, so you've got hydrangea hue in here, crumb cake, mossy meadow. Yeah, not very many colors, and some bronze, I guess. So this is the back of one, and then you have these really pretty little bronze posies here, if you can see that, the shimmer on that. And then this one, kind of like a wheat sort of motif almost. And you have the bronze in there as well. And then this checkered pattern, which is really fun, with these little posies, again with the bronze. And this really fun background. And some more of those sort of, yeah, the little posies and the sort of wheat stem kind of thing. The old olive here, with this beautiful page. This is one of my favorites with these florals. There's Secret C in here too. And then the beautiful linen with the florals on the back and the bronze. So very, very beautiful paper. Okay, so the card we're going to make is this one. It is a vertical freestanding card. And when you open it like this. Okay, and it stands. You can stand it like this. So I don't know if you can see, there's that little fold in the center there, and then it lays flat, so you can stick it in a regular envelope and pop it in the mail if you like. So it's not very difficult to do, just has a few pieces and a few measurements. Okay, so the colors I'm using, we're going to start first with a piece that we have to fold. Okay, so this sort of fun fold piece here. So I'm using a piece of hydrangea hue, and you're going to cut that. I'm just going to bring out my paper trimmer quick. You're going to cut your card base at 5.5, which I think this is 5.5, and then you're going to cut it down to 8 inches. Okay, and then we have to do just a tiny bit of scoring here. So we're going to score 4 times. So the first one is going to be at 1.5. Okay, so go to 1.5, make a score line at 2 3/4, at 5 1/4, and at 6.5. Okay, so this is what's going to make that little folded section. Okay, so now we can go ahead and burnish those. Okay, so the way you're going to do this will be the center. So you're going to fold in on that second score line on one side, and then you're going to fold back that flap. Okay, and then you're going to do the same on the other side. So let's fold that in, and then we're going to fold it out. Okay, so this is going to make that flap right there. Okay, that fold that's going to go on the inside. So then we're going to also need another piece that we're going to mount this on. And this one is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So once we've added some designer paper, we're going to adhere this right centered on that base piece. Okay, so I'm just going to set this aside for now. And then I'm going to bring in some designer paper strips from that designer paper. So what we want to do here is we want to put a piece of white in the center, because that will be where you can write or stamp your greeting. So this measures 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, so you're just going to center that between those score lines with a little bit of a border. Okay, and then we have some of that designer paper. So we have 5 strips. Okay, so let me set those aside. These are the 3 we're going to use on the inside. This is the pattern that I chose. So we have a wider one here, and this is cut at 5 1/4 by 1 1/4. I'm just going to double check that. Yes. So we're going to put this on the outside flap. You can choose which side you want to show. So we're just going to put that here. And then I cut 2 of the same of this checkered pattern. And these are going to go on the second panel on each side of the white. And these are 5 1/4 by 1. So they're a 1/4 inch narrower than this piece. So let's go ahead and put those on. Are you guys all still with me? You can still hear me? I just gotta keep checking now. Okay, so let's put these in here. Okay, and then the other one on the other side. Have you guys used a lot of these new ink colors yet? The hydrangea hues, or the, what are some of the other ones? The peaceful pine. I've used some of those, some of the peaceful pine too on some of the Christmas samples I did. Yeah, these ink colors can grow on you for sure. Okay, so this is what will be in the fold when you open it. Okay, now we haven't done this piece because this is where we're going to attach this front flap here, okay, which we'll do in a second. Okay, so now I have two pieces of that designer paper left and that base that I showed you. So these, we are going to put one on each end of this. Okay, so these ones measure 5 1/4 by 3/4. Okay, so we're just going to put one on each side, because when this fold piece gets centered, we will have something here on the right and the left. Okay, so that's why those will go there. So let's just put some adhesive on here. You can't hear me now? Oh, no, you're saying you haven't used many of the ink colors. Oh my gosh, you guys gave me a fright there for a minute. Oh my gosh. It's not Friday the 13th today, is it? Is that why things are just kind of squirrely right now? Oh my gosh, I hope the day gets better. Good grief, what is happening? Oh my gosh, you know, when I record my videos, I typically have no problems. When I go live, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm just still kind of nervous. I think I am a little bit when I go live, because I never know who's watching. And, you know, I'm hoping to do well, but I feel kind of silly when things keep messing up. So that's not fun. Okay, so now we have our base with our designer paper. And we have this piece here. So I think we can go ahead and attach this folded piece here. So I don't know if you can see, but the back of this folded piece pretty much fits exactly centered, if you can see that, inside there. Okay, now I want this to really hold, so I think I'm going to just adhere this with some tear and tape. Okay, hopefully we didn't have too many people watching those earlier videos. Hopefully they'll just watch this one and they're gonna think, what is happening? Okay, so let's take this backing off here. And this one here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up right at this bottom edge. So this bottom edge here, I'm going to line that up right here between this designer paper. And I'm going to line that up right at the edge and in between as best I can. Okay, and also on the side, on the top. And you're just going to give that a press. Okay, so now you'll have this backer attached and you'll see that designer paper here, right? Isn't that cool? So you could probably, even if you wanted, you know, if you wanted to add some DSP here, you could just do a belly band, but we're going to add a nice front cover to this. Okay. All right, so let's set this aside for a minute and we're going to do our cover. Our front flap, I guess. I haven't been making cards lately. I'm going to start again. but only on Saturdays. Oh, okay. I know summer's a nice break for all of us, isn't it? I agree. I agree. Rest, rejuvenate, and we'll get going full gear in the fall, right? Okay, so I've chosen this pattern for the outside of my front flap. So we have another hydrangea hue card base, a front piece, which is 5.5 by 3.5. And then our designer paper is 3.25 by 5.25. So just a 1/4 inch smaller all around. So we can put that on. And put that on top here. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, see that shimmer there? I just love this. So, so pretty. Okay, so then I thought, well, what are we going to do here in the center? So I pulled out some other dies, which are these ones, are Scalloped Blooms dies. These are a standalone die. There's, no, actually, they do go as a bundle. I can't remember the name of the stamp set, but they were released in the May to August catalog. Okay, so the one that is current right now. And this is what they look like. Like, look at these. Oh, is that not amazing? Look at all of those layers. This is great for scrapbooking, this really large one. And then you have these little accessory ones here too. These are something else. Okay, so I thought, oh, I'm gonna maybe do that on my cover. So what I did was I cut out one size out of the hydrangea hue, and then I cut another one out of basic white, the next level down, and I stamped Hello Friend from the stamp set. Okay, so Hello Friend, there's a couple of other ones here. And then we can put these on top. Put this one on top here, and look at the pretty stitching you get on the outside of this. It's just really lovely. And it's not on all, like look at this one. The white one, the next layer down, just has a bit of a scallop. It doesn't have the stitching. So that's really interesting. Let me just take another look at those. Okay, so every second one has stitching. Okay, it starts with the littlest without, and then stitching without, stitching without, stitching without. Okay, that's why they did that. Very pretty. So we're just going to put this here in the center of that other one. Okay, and then I'm just going to put it on flat because I am going to add a few flowers here on the side, which I think I will probably pop up with dimensionals. So, do you guys have these scallop dies? I know we used to have the one scallop punch, remember? But these ones are just so many. So many. Okay, so before I put my florals on, I'm going to attach this panel to our base. So what you want to do is you want to center it here. So typically I think you would be wanting to line it up with this edge of the fold, but if you do that, you're not going to have equal sides on the left and right. So you kind of want to center it, okay? So the bottom edge lines up with the bottom edge and the top lines up with the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put adhesive on this outside flap, okay? So I have that, and when it's together, I'm going to just eyeball and center this. So I'm going to line up the bottom edge with the bottom edge here in the center. So left and right is about even. Okay, so just make sure you would have adhesive on that one side. Okay, and then you're just going to lay it on top on this one side here. Okay, so so then when it's closed, it looks like this. And then when you open it, it's like this or like this, okay? So isn't that pretty, that fold? It's really kind of fun. And then it just is centered in the on the front of the card where you can see a little bit of that DSP and a little bit of that one. How's that? What do you think of that? It's not that hard, actually. And you could do this for whatever occasion you wanted. Okay, so now I thought, what are we going to put here? So I thought I would add some of these flowers from the stamp set. So I stamped 3 of them on basic white, and the color I stamped them in, I don't know if you can tell here, I stamped this image in Secret Sea. Secret Sea is such a rich, deep blue. It can almost pass for black, okay? So if you kind of want to not use your black or whatever, or you don't have it handy, and you want something that looks like a bit of a black image, use your Secret Sea, because this is how they turned out, okay? Like that almost looks like black on the outside, doesn't it? Do you think? So after I stamped them, I colored them with blends, okay? So I used light and dark hydrangea hue, and then the Peaceful Pine. Now, Peaceful Pine is not one of the colors in the designer paper, but Mossy Meadow is. But I thought, I could do Mossy Meadow, but I sometimes find Mossy Meadow really dark. And I just wanted sort of a subtle green here. So that's why I thought, oh, let's try the Peaceful Pine and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to put these around the outside of our greeting, and I'm going to pop these with dimensionals, okay? So I'm just going to put it one under the flower, and then you can decide where you want to add these. So I'm going to start with one down here, and then we'll start with another one here. Put another one here. Kind of cover parts of this if you like. Okay, and then the third I will put at the top here. Okay, so we'll have sort of 3 flowers right at the top, just sort of doing a little bit of a crescent around that greeting. Okay, so last thing, one thing I did forget was I wanted to put some ribbon under this. Okay, so I won't do it on this one, but I did it on this one. I cut a piece of that hydrangea hue bordered ribbon, which is really lovely right here, very soft. And I just sort of looped it underneath the die. I forgot to do that. Something about ribbon, I always forget. Okay, so I would have to lift this up and do it. So I'm just going to leave this one. Now the centers, you could leave them as is. You could color them in with a blend. But I thought we have these in color dots, okay, for the new in colors. So let's use these. So for my sample, I used the blush, the Barely blush. These ones, I'm trying to see. I don't want to use green. I'm not going to use hydrangea hue because there's already a lot of that going on. I think I might use the crisp cantaloupe for this one, just for something different. I was going to add a little pop of pink. Now, if you don't have these, you could always just use whatever you have. Our rhinestone jewels, our crystal ones are really good. Just the rhinestone jewels. Yeah, whatever floats your boat, you could do. Okay, yes, the ribbon. You reminded me. Thank you. Oh, I swear it's Friday the 13th today. See, I think they got 31 backwards. It's not July 31, it's July 13th. Let's just reverse those numbers today for me. Okay. Oh, craziness. Okay, so here you go. This is our vertical freestanding card. So it stands really lovely for someone to display. And there you go, using that Delicate Dreams suite of products. All right, let me try to flip my camera. Ha! Can you still hear me? I flipped and I think I'm still there. Okay, great. Okay, guys, that is my last one for July. Hopefully in August, next week, I will have all these settings in a row and we will be great. So if you are in Canada, have a wonderful long weekend. I don't know if our American friends have a long weekend this weekend, but hopefully if you are living here, you will enjoy the festivities or just have a nice day of relaxation or enjoy your vacation when you're heading out, and just be safe, right? Okay, everybody, have a wonderful Friday, a wonderful long weekend, and we will see you next time. See you guys. Thanks for your patience. Bye-bye.